To us, home is all about family, and our heritage is a big part of who we are. Our goal is to not only engrave our family history into our children's hearts, but into the walls of our new home during our biggest adventure yet. Join us as we travel back to our roots to seek inspiration, discover cultures that are in our blood, and source products to make our new house a home.
Hey everyone, welcome to episode 5. If you've missed any of the episodes, don't worry. We will put the link down below, and be sure to subscribe so that you can see all the future episodes to come.
In this week's episode, we are absolutely thrilled because we are going to Norway! We're going to Norway! As many of you know, I am half Norwegian, which makes Lucy and Greta kind of a quarter-ish Norwegian. I have just been raised with all of the Norwegian traditions and just having it such a big part of who I am. And I'm just so excited to take Lucy and Greta to Norway finally and to be able to show them all about where our family comes from.
Hi! As you guys have seen in our previous episodes, we wanted to leave all of that anxiety and craziness behind us. But we quickly found out that with kids, you can't really... You just can't. Every day is an adventure. We got food before we got on the plane, and Lucy had a cup of Sprite and she was so bummed that she couldn't finish it. So I just put it into her water bottle thinking she can enjoy it on the flight. The compression of the plane, and also because we were running to our gate and it's a fizzy drink, which I did not know. And so when Lucy flipped the lid to take a drink, it just went all over the place. Everywhere. I was so embarrassed, but luckily the people behind us were so kind, so patient, and just laughed about it with us. Well, it's actually funny because later on into our trip, I get this direct message. This girl that said, "Hey, I was the girl sitting behind you. I just wanted to say hi." We're like, we just doused you in Sprite. I went all over her. She follows us, so thank you for being so kind. To Stavanger pretty late at night, and we just stayed at the airport hotel that night. Lucy and Greta, I've never seen them so giddy before. They were so excited to be at Norway that they could hardly sleep. Oh my gosh. What? Is that your bed? So we had so much positive energy. We were so excited to finally be in Norway together, and day one, I wake up with a horrendous cold. Good morning from Stavanger. Good morning. We got in at midnight last night, and I coughed my head off all night. I'm so bummed that I got sick. I have Norwegian blood because I can stand the water. How do you know you have Norwegian blood? Because I went in cold water. Yeah. That really fast. Are you gonna go in cold water again this trip? Yeah, you are? Yeah. So although it was such a bummer to be sick, we went and found a pharmacy first off, got some cough drops, got some medicine. We all good. All right, I got my Ricola, got all my cough remedies, ready to roll. So we're driving through Old Town Stavanger right now, and it is adorable. We really want to get the exterior of our home, the inspiration for it, from Norway specifically. And there are so many cute colors. I love the frames of the windows. We're gonna go check into our Airbnb right now, and then we're gonna go walk around. Are we here? We're here! Mom. Yay! We're exceptionally excited to stay at this Airbnb for its design on the inside, so let's go check it out. This is where we're staying. So at home, Haley was showing me these pictures of this Airbnb that she wanted to stay at. The interior is exactly like the feel and look that we want in our future home. Come on in! Is this amazing or what? This is straight Brad Haley vibes right here. Some things that maybe I wouldn't personally do, but there's a ton of things I feel like we could get inspiration from. The shiplap on the walls, the concrete, very industrial, but yet cozy. But come on in. Okay, so first, we're gonna come into the kitchen. I'll show you in here. I love the open beams in the ceiling and how it's made of this restored wood. This whole place just feels like it's made for imperfections, and that's how I want our home to feel. Like there could be toys being run around. Not everything has to be set and perfect, and we don't want our house to feel like a museum. We want it to feel a place that's just cozy and welcoming and feels like home. Something that I love about this kitchen is this giant block, both for cooking and for entertaining. You can make a big charcuterie board. I don't know how to say it. Charcuterie? I don't know, but I do love a good meat and cheese board. And that's usually what I feed the kids for lunch. And so I love the idea of having just like a big butcher's block like this. The other thing that I really like here is all the open shelving, how everything is just hung, but yet it's imperfect. It's not everything like matching and everything all put together all perfectly. We collect mugs from places that we travel to and just like weird quirky cups. So I feel like it would be fun to be able to display them in an open shelving like this where it all looks like it's put together, but it's also very imperfect. And I also love how they have the mix of the shiplap here with the beadboard. The beadboard to me feels extra Scandinavian. It's just that little taste of Norway, you know? You'll notice within these homes, they have little tea lights of candles, and there's sheepskin rugs thrown on the side of the couches. There's all these touches of this wood, a fireplace, all these elements to bring the coziness into the home. And coziness is a huge part of Norwegian culture and just Scandinavian culture in general. They practice a little word called hygge, and the closest thing it translates to in English is coziness. Some places in Norway, the sun only comes up for 2 hours in the winter, which I think would be really hard, but it's crazy because they are actually known to be some of the happiest people in the world, and it's because they embrace that coziness. Let's continue the tour. So we've already gotten a little settled in. The girls are just having a snack. This is the dining room area. Talking about some things that I like and don't like. I love how the chairs are actually mix matched. Every little detail of this place I'm just gawking over. Here's some of the candles like I was mentioning. Look how awesome this industrial light is. When we were in England, we actually found one that was really similar, but they hadn't restored it yet and it was way too overpriced, so we didn't get it. We're gonna try to find some cool lighting while we're here in Norway, but similar to England, you just never know what you're gonna get. Sorry, still getting over the cold. This is like I was saying that I love. I love the idea of kids out, just being able to play. We can all just live together, both with like pretty design, but also just toys and mayhem everywhere without it feeling totally misconstructed. I would probably install a light hanging super high, but look at how cute that is. They hung it really low to go over the playroom. Genius. So I feel like Brad and I are trying to decide if we want our home to be really open or a little bit more separate with the room. I actually am surprised how much I love this feeling a little bit more separate. Right here, they could have just left this all open, but they added this concrete wall here with the 2 openings to separate the kitchen from the dining room, and I actually really like that. Okay, and then back through the kitchen, we're gonna make our way to the washroom. There's something that I absolutely love about this room is that there's just a sink jutting out of the wall. It doesn't have a countertop or anything, it's just the sink, and that's really all you need in here. And then they have this restored faucet, which I would absolutely love to find. And then something that I thought was adorable, but I'm trying to figure out if it's functional or not, is they have a little cutout in the countertop here where you can throw your laundry in there. Brad's saying no.
But we have so much more laundry than just that.
That's true.
So of that house that you've just seen, what is something that just stands out to you? What is something that you love? Comment down below so we can read that and then look over it later when designing our home. I think the phrase that comes to my mind with this kind of vibe is it is perfectly imperfect. So it leaves room for like mistakes or just kids, right?
It's so important for us for this new home to feel so intentional and also just a place that, you know, it doesn't feel like a museum. We want it to feel open for learning and curiosity for our kids. Lucy and Greta were just, you know, playing with toys, running around the kitchen. It's exactly how we want it to be. And Lucy actually even learned how to tie her shoes at this Airbnb.
I'm tying my shoe.
For the first time. Okay, you did it. Around the loop. All by herself.
You just tied that by yourself?
Yes.
What?
Yes.
You did it?
Yes.
What are you doing? we got all settled into our Airbnb, we decided to go walk around town for some inspiration of the exterior of our home. We were staying in the city of Stavanger, which is so cute, especially old Stavanger. It's just white homes, cobblestone streets, seriously a fairy tale land.
It's bumpy.
It makes you sick. Yeah, it does make Mum sick.
She's used to me being motion sick.
When traveling with kids, you definitely have to expect the unexpected. What's going on?
You hold me.
I hold you.
Yeah.
Let's walk together. Come on, let's go.
I'm not walking. I'm not walking with you.
Why?
Taste. Taste.
Want me to carry you? All right, we are walking through Gamla Stavanger. This is Old Town Stavanger, and it is so beautiful. All of the homes are so tight-knit. They're all just right next to each other. They're this beautiful white with different colored doors, as you see here, and the most beautiful, intricate framing around every window.
Who's that? I'm the daddy here, not you.
It just randomly turned by itself.
So I thought that my health was getting a little better and woke up the next day and I was even worse. And so literally that first half of that day, I just spent in bed with a hot tea, taking baths, trying to take care of myself for our days of adventure ahead. Say good morning.
Good morning.
How'd you sleep?
Good.
Are you having some morning snuggles? But later in the afternoon, I started feeling a little bit better and it was pouring rain, and you know, being sick, you're probably not even wanting to go out, but I just kept thinking about the Norwegian saying that my dad has raised us with. There's no such thing as poor weather, only poor clothing choices. And so we all went out in our rain jackets to go source some products for our new home. All right, it is a rainy day today in Norway, but we're not gonna let it stop us. What?
Only a little crispy.
Only a little crispy.
A little crispy.
Anywhere you wanna go.
You know how they say one man's junk is another man's treasure? Well, that is going to be the definition of the day. We are going to go to the secondhand shops called Freetex, and they're vintage and consignment shops, and we have found 5 of them, luckily, around Stavanger. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go.
First things first. My favourite.
Some pulsa. I got a chicken one.
You got a chicken one?
Mm-hmm.
I just got the beef wrapped in bacon. Not enough meat, just in a simple hot dog.
Yeah. Okay, but here's the thing. My mom is so good at finding
She's really good
little
at finding
things
stuff
in these secondhand shops, so we got to keep our eyes out. It'd be cool to find something made of brass, because my dad was just telling me that my great-great-grandpa was he was a brass welder here in Norway. So, all right, here we go. Let's see what's inside. Okay, we're gonna have to dive very deep here because we're finding things like this. So I feel like consignment stores are so tricky because it's finding the treasures within all of the junk.
You just have to know where to look. Like, they have all these like vintage sewing machines. Even right here, just like they have a ton of these, and then they have clothes, some baby clothes.
When we first walked in, I was like, this seems like just a bunch of clothes and
It was
like
like
random
old
baby
marathon
cradle.
t-shirts that people aren't running anymore. Like just weird crap that no one ever uses. We've got some more books here. And then also Donald Duck.
But we turned the corner and Brad found the coolest vintage radio.
I don't even know what this is. I think you can get radio station. So it is a radio. This could be really cool if I rewired it and have it be like a Bluetooth speaker.
Honestly think you could do that?
I think I could do it. It's not that big. Oh, this is my carry-on.
Look at how cool though. Look super close, you can see that these are all European countries for the different radio stations, we're guessing. There's Norway right here. What else do you find?
My Norwegian sweater.
To go to your elbows.
Go to my elbows. We just had to have this radio. It was so perfect. The condition was so good. And the finish was this wood that would just fit perfectly, I think, in our office. I don't know. But it was something we just really needed to take home. Which then brings up the next question. How are we actually going to take this massive thing home and not damage it?
So we did it the Devine way. We bought it, and then we were going to figure it out later. Okay, so I found this amazing pot, and then I turned the corner, and I found this amazing pot. How cute would this be sitting on the stovetop, though? That's pretty dang cute. All right, we ended up getting this cutie little teapot instead of the big one. And then we got the radio.
We got the radio.
We're gonna see if Brad can pull a Wozniak on us and figure out how to get it to work. Hey, this is so cute. How's it going, Brad?
Overwhelming, but good. I feel like there's a mixture again of like hand-me-downs and then also vintage things which we're looking for. We've got to keep our eyes peeled.
Okay, look at these retro magazines we just found. Are those the coolest or what? I feel like these would be so cool framed in a bathroom or something. And then we got this wooden spoon, which reminds me of my grandparents' house and also my parents' house. You can hang it on the wall. So we brought all of our finds back to our Airbnb. I could hear Brad plugging the radio on out in the hall, and it's all I was just cracking up because I could just hear him out there by himself saying, "Send us a message from somewhere beyond."
Okay. Just got back. I haven't even tested this yet. It's like some type of haunted mansion. Bring me a sound from somewhere beyond.
To put music on?
I'm trying just to see if it works. Okay, unfortunately I didn't get it to work. I'm sure there's a more legit way of setting it up that I can try later. Either way, it's gonna be a super cool piece to have in our future home.
All right, but that is a wrap for this week's episode. We are thrilled because next week we are going to Haugesund, and that is where my family originally comes from. So we're gonna leave a little preview right here.
That's it for this episode, guys. Thank you so much for watching. We have really enjoyed creating this series, and if you've missed any of the episodes in the past, we will put them in the link down below, but be sure to subscribe so you can catch and be in the know for all the future episodes to come. And also, you can follow us along on Instagram at Devine and at Bradley Devine. And be sure to give this video a thumbs up, as Lucy says.
Thumbs up if you know it.
And we will see you soon. Thanks, everyone.
See you next week.
Bye.